What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerdskwaad podcast. My name is Ghost, and joining me today are my co-hosts Gray.
What's up, squad?
We also got Raptor.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Raptor Xbar, twitch.tv/Raptor Xbar.
Nice
product placement.
Nice plug. And then we also got Maurice. How are you doing, Maurice?
Hello, everyone. I am doing pretty well. God damn it. Sorry.
It's all good. And today's episode. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was playing Awesome P, but go ahead. I put it down.
All right. Switch down, everybody. All right. Today we're gonna be talking. Today we're talking Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel just came out this past week, or just a few days ago. So it's opening weekend still, and its box numbers are not the best, but surprising from what we've seen. I mean, it was getting a lot of backlash from a lot of people before the movie even came out. It's been getting a lot of backlash, or not backlash, but it's been getting this movement. You know what I mean? You know, we got the social, or what is it, social justice warriors or whatever they call them.
Left wingers.
Yeah. Well, that's getting a push towards it, but a lot of people were backlashing on them, and then they were backlashing the movie because of it. And then just Brie Larson getting a lot of backlash herself for being Brie Larson.
The movie was turning into a whole different direction, pretty much.
Exactly.
Right? Politics were taking over the craft.
It was being set to fail before the movie even came out. But after watching it, we got some thoughts. So I want to go ahead and go to Maurice and get your thoughts on it without spoilers.
Oh, gosh. I'm all about spoilers. I liked it. It was really good. We thought it was really funny, which, you know, that's typical Marvel. But honestly, it was really good. I enjoyed it all the way through. Almost cried in the beginning because the whole Stan Lee thing, but, you know,
oh yeah,
made it out.
That was super touching.
Oh hell yeah, it really was.
It was like that. It was like seeing the scene in Spider-Verse when he says that quote, and I was like, ugh.
Now, I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, but from listening to you guys talk about it and also playing the field on how other people are reacting to it, it's a lot of and correct me if I'm wrong, it's a lot of very like humorous, campiness, kind of sassy, kind of stuff going on. Is that more overpowering in this movie, more so in any other movie?
It's in your face. Yeah,
it's in your face.
It's in your face about it. Yeah, they try not to be like remember the Oscars when the Nike commercial came out? I believe it was the female commercial. It had like that whole agenda being pushed. Like this movie almost has that commercial in it. With the
do you feel like
almost has the commercial in it?
Like no, yeah, with the repetitive
like the agenda of it.
No, even like with the repetitive montage of her being pushed down, her getting back up. It was literally montage on like I think it happened like even 2 times where that montage kept coming up.
Probably like 3 times that scene where she
even
falls.
3 times. I think the military men were all pointing and laughing at her. Even the colonel, I was like, yeah, that's not real. Like
I mean,
they train different, you know, like men and women, they're not in the same training field. So it's just like, and then if that does happen, like really, y'all gonna be laughing at this girl that just like ate shit, literally mud on her face. Like, I felt like that was just a little too pushy, you know, like, and then that song, we'll get to that song. We'll get to that in just a bit.
Do you personally feel that they took a stance on the movie?
Yeah, and like yes and no, cause I'm not with the stand, you get me, but not when it's trumping the art, man. Like who is Carol Danvers? Can anyone answer me that after watching this movie? I don't know who the fuck she is. Though this movie didn't really justify, you know, Carol Danvers. Like I just know
Danvers is Captain Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. But who is Captain Marvel? Who is Carol Danvers? She's just some chick who like who crashed in a
Captain Marvel is
spaceship.
Carol Danvers.
It's like, for me, all I remember is just her crashing into a spaceship, becoming this person, getting these powers, and just boom, that's it. Like I thought it was an origin story. I thought I was gonna get to know her. I thought I was gonna learn her, and I did not feel like that happened. The movie, even the whole like let's get to Jude Law now, you know, like the whole agenda. Jude Law literally okay, like I don't want to spoil it, but it ends with Jude Law not ending how Jude Law should have ended. You know, in the second episode we could talk about that. But even like Nick Fury, if we talk Nick Fury, did he even like shot off a gun? I don't remember him ever shooting off a gun. I remember him holding up a cat. You know, like what happened to our men in this movie? Like,
Spoilers.
what happened to Jude Law? What happened to him being a freaking kick-ass? Like,
I mean, okay, so for a lot of people going into this that they don't know Carol Danvers, it is gonna be confusing like that. But like, the movie itself for me felt slow in the beginning, pretty much until the third act, and it's really hard to follow a movie trying to figure out who someone is when someone like me who already knows who this character is because when we've read the comics,
yeah.
And we've been following like this. So when we found this movie, it was like, oh, cool. It's gonna show her, and it's gonna show why she's her, and you kind of get a gist of why, but it's like really like you have these little flashes of her past life, and then that's it. Like now it's just I'm getting up because I've been pushed down my whole life, but we don't even know your whole life. You don't even know your whole life.
Yeah, you just check your emotions. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's what the movie is. Just like check your emotions. Like Captain Marvel doesn't have any crazy ass emotions like that. So and even Brie Larson, great actor. So when she was like when they kept on telling her that like check your emotions, I was just like, Brie Larson's not acting emotional. Like even her acting, if she is supposed to be acting emotional, she's literally not acting emotional. Like
but going into that, that's how it is for women in like the workplace. You know, if they even show just like a little bit of like they disagree with a man, that's what they're trying to get at. That's what the whole movie is about, and that's like that agenda that you're
exactly
talking
what
about.
I'm saying. It's in your face, like.
But that's how it is. It's
like,
happened to me.
Like even like the whole like it's a cockpit. I was just like, I'm down with the whole agenda, but it's just like it doesn't have to be like even let's see the movie. You know, its opening weekends is like 153 million, and that's I think it beat Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was 103, but it's just like yeah, of course it's gonna beat it. It's fucking Marvel, you know. It's MCU. Like Wonder Woman, she's like she is the most iconic hero, I guess, out of both of them. But movies like you know box office like Hollywood, like Marvel's killing it. Like you
but
can't
you're
almost
saying...
put them against, you know, like I don't know, but
yeah, you can't put like it like they do in movies with like girl working in an office full of men. They get to know the girls. They're supposed to catfight and all of that. But that's like Captain Marvel is trying to put in your face that the shit that she's going through in the movie was the shit that women go through in the movie, and you're saying like they're trying to push the agenda. I don't really think that's what's happening. I just sure it might be a little bit like more emphasized, you know, like the whole like when she
on the
fell,
nose.
like, yeah, like when she fell and they're like in her face and actually like laughing in her face.
Oh, yeah.
Shit like that does happen, but not as wild. Maybe not as wild.
Yeah,
but, you know,
it was a little
stuff
too
like
wild.
That happens. I put up with that crap. You know, I've put up with that crap before. You know, it happens. That's how it is for women, and they're trying to show you what women have to deal with and how we can. They're trying to give women and little girls that movie that is like, hey, you can stand up. Like stand up for yourself. They're trying to give that to little girls and women out there because there's not really anything out there like that for women.
Yeah, and that nothing actually completely wrong with that. It's actually really, really great. But I just feel like they replaced that with where was her relationship with even Marvel? You get me? Like I felt like they showed all these other cutscenes. You get me? Like the whole agenda, whatever. They showed all that, but like you didn't even show us like keep all that cool, but give us another hour, 30 minutes of pure art of character development with her in Marvel. Who the fuck is Marvel? Oh, they fucking went on this one mission, one big explosion. You know, it's just like they had no connection. She had no connection with Nick Fury. Her best connection was with Jude Law, and like look what happened with Jude Law at the end of the movie. Even, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like,
they should have done more of a character
That's what
development.
I mean about with the whole like like pushing agenda. Like I just felt like it was compromised in this. Like they chose politics over art in this movie, and
Yeah.
Brie Larson was honestly with the whole agenda shit going on. I felt like Brie Larson, you know, because like the whole like internet being the internet, they're fucking attacking Brie Larson. So I'm almost feeling like fuck Brie Larson, you're fucking this movie up. You get me? But I went to go watch it. And,
Yeah.
In a good way though.
Oh yeah, and in a good way though. Yeah, not about yeah, in a good way. She's bringing negative attention, like people being the internet. You got me? Like that's just the fucking internet.
Yeah.
But when I saw
Internet will
it,
be the internet.
dude, I was just like, oh, dude, hell yeah, I'm super excited for part 2. But whatever part 2 will do, I wish they should have done it in part 1, because like this whole politics shit isn't gonna fly anymore. Like obviously with the whole everyone on the internet crying over it, they're not gonna want to do it again for, you know, for her sequel.
Yeah.
So do you feel, and this goes to all again, do you guys feel like, for example, your movie, whether it be like a Disney movie or Marvel movie, do you feel like taking a personal stance and spending that extra time to have an agenda, as we were saying, rather than putting in more content towards story and development, do you feel like that's something you'd be more interested in the future of these kind of movies? Or would you rather it be how it was before, just normal kind of lore going forward?
I would say focus on the lore. You know, like it's not working for football. You know, like
Rather not take.
like take a stand, but you know, it's just focus on the whole like art of stuff. You get me? Like, what movies has it worked for? Annihilation. That movie was freaking great. Like,
Annihilation.
That whole like
Are you talking about Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
no,
No.
no, I'm sorry.
Dear God, no.
No, it's a sci-fi. It's a sci-fi movie. that
She
came
knows
out-
what it is.
Yeah, it's a really great movie, and no one was pushing it. You get me? Like,
Yeah.
it didn't get pushed not one beep, and I was like, this was a freaking great movie. Like, all these army men go in there, they fucking die. All these smart scientist women, they go in there and they save the world. And I was just like, it was a freaking, and it was a great movie. Like, you didn't even see the whole agenda because they focused on the whole sci-fi of it. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
movie. I was just like, why didn't this movie get nominated? Why isn't it getting nominated?
And
Yeah.
to add with that, it's another movie that I think gave women power subtly, but like it made a big difference in them for the lore of the movie, and it was a big message. Was Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you guys are Lord of the Rings fans, but
Oh yeah.
wait, so
Light the beacons.
yeah, so you got I've been blanking on names today so bad.
Gandalf.
no. Fucking,
Lost?
No, Aragon's freaking love interest, you know, Liv Tyler. I'll just call her Liv. So, so she gives up.
Oh, yeah.
She
Just so you know, Arwen.
There we go. I'm blanking on names, but yes, Arwen. She helps Frodo. She saves him. She protects him from these like creatures. She protects him. She gets him to the Rivendell, so Frodo can live and then follow this quest about, you know, the ring, whatever. And then later, no man was able to defeat, you know, the Wraith on the freaking on Nazgul. You know what I mean? The freaking dragon. he says like, no man can defeat me. Well, surprise, bitch! It's a fucking I am no man. She freaking stabs him in the face. Like, hell yeah!
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, women have had these things, and like, I just felt like, you know, that was a big message in a small way. No, I'm not saying in any form that it shouldn't be, you know, in your face sometimes, like for sure. It's just that.
It's just like if you're gonna throw politics into a movie, you gotta do it subtly, not like in your face.
Yeah. Like how Gray was saying, like just focus on the art. Like we as like consumers and as fans, we a lot of us already know the story, and
Yeah.
so we know about all this stuff because it's in the comics as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really know a lot about like Captain Marvel's story. The only thing that I really read with her in it was Civil War 2, and I hated her in Civil War 2.
You're not alone.
Yeah, you're not too entirely alone. I mean, for the most part, that is kind of almost her attitude for most things. Right there, she was just it was just Civil War 2, you know. It was just them trying to
Yeah.
make in that money because it was that comic came out right after the movie Civil War, so they made a comic
Yeah.
Civil War 2, but
After I did finish reading Civil War 2, I did start to read her comic book that
Yeah.
came after that, but I never got to finish it, so I don't know what happened.
I believe I had that same run. It's the one where she finds like a Kree child and she's trying to protect it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
oh
Yes.
man, we could talk about Creed and
Oh yeah.
Baddies, goodies.
That's
Next
gonna be
episode.
that next episode.
yeah, I can't wait to get the spoilers.
So, anyways,
Oh man, it's gonna be nuts.
Shut up, Gio.
But anyways, Raptor. So on your end, hearing what we have to say, hearing what the internet's saying, like, where do you stand? Like, do you feel like this is a movie where you kind of want to rush out to watch it yourself, or are you just gonna let it run its course and then watch it?
I'm definitely on the side where I'm gonna let it run its course and watch it later. Mainly because I like to play with any movie. I like to play the field a little bit. It just
No,
Get a-
not bad.
just get a taste of what's going on and what everyone thinks. But also I'm like I'm still trying to comprehend like the whole like and it's on a personal level. I'm just trying to understand like how movies not can get away with it, but how movies can like for example like Disney or Marvel taking stands personally rather than like me personally. I go to watch a movie and I try to get away from politics.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always being shoved down our throat, whether it's in Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't really feel like my entertainment, whether it's a movie or oh yeah, in this instance, a movie, should paint that kind of a picture when I'm trying to go and watch a movie just to get rid of it. You know?
No, yeah, and like for me, like if I seem heated because of like the agenda pushing is just like for me like I go to work, I try to hit the gym when I can. I do my video games, and before my lady comes home, I wash my dishes, I cook food for her. You get me? Like we're in this equally 50-50. You get me? So when I do go watch a movie, try to enjoy my fucking time, enjoy some art. They're kind of here shoving this like thing down my throat where I'm like, I don't need this. This shit ain't for me because I'm not like that. You get me? Like I put in my 50% of the work. My lady does the same. So it's just like I go watch this movie and they treat Nick Fury how they did. They do Jude Law how they did him. You get me? It's just like
Even
this movie isn't for
even
me.
Ronan,
like even Ronan. You get me? I'm like, this movie isn't necessarily for me. I just came here to enjoy a movie because like it's fucking Marvel. It's supposed to be a nerdy based movie, not a politic based movie.
Right.
So,
On a
like-
side note, though.
Yeah.
On a side note, do you guys you guys ever like have a weekend where you wake up and you feel ballsy enough to watch all 3 Lord of the Rings movies in one go?
I have done
no.
that many ago, and I have done that with watching all the Hobbits before I watched the actual original trilogy.
Oh my god.
Same, but with Spider-Man and Batman.
Spider-Man and Batman? How dare
Oh,
you?
although I do skip what's that awful Spider-Man name? That dude. Don't even say his name.
You don't like Andy Garfield?
Fuck L. Garfield? Yeah, I skip his movies though.
He's like,
Ouch.
don't say his name. Oh, Andy Garfield.
That's my,
Don't give him no clout on this podcast.
I'm gonna stay quiet.
Going
Alright.
back to that, going back to what you were saying, like how you and your girlfriend are 50-50, that may be true for you, but for a lot of other people, it's not. I mean, like,
Yeah,
that's,
I get
that's
that.
you guys at home. That's you guys at home. Say your lady goes to work and everything like that. She could be treated the way that Captain Marvel was being treated in the Air Force. Like that's just the way that it is.
No,
for
no,
women.
and
All
I
places everywhere. It's just-
100% agree with
and that's
that.
just trying to show. It's just kind of like throwing in your face, like, hey, like women aren't going to deal with it anymore. Like we're going to fight. That's just
Yeah.
basically what. That's just basically what I took from the movie. Like, hey, like the whole time's up movement. Like that's just basically what it is. Time's up. Like we're done. We're not going to.
Yeah, no, I
sit down anymore.
I completely agree with that. I mean, I prefer that than no agenda. You get me? But I'd
Yeah.
also prefer a Captain Marvel movie with
Yeah,
the
definitely.
agenda part because like I just love Marvel. That's just me. I just freaking love Marvel. I just would have liked to have seen Captain Carol Danvers like been introduced to the Marvel property.
Yeah.
But yeah, like at the end of the day, shit. If it's gonna be this or nothing, I'd rather have this. I'd rather have the agenda. Then.
Yeah, it was
like
a good
if it's
movie,
gonna be
yeah.
this or nothing. Overall, yeah. Overall, my
Overall, it was
verdict
good.
So
for you, Gia, for you, man, I would say just go and watch it for yourself, man. Because like you're gonna have to go and see for yourself, and that's how I went into it. I was just like, fuck the net, fuck the internet. They're gonna be who they be. Fuck the critics going in on Brie and Brie going back and forth. Like I'm just gonna go and see for myself, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, Brie Larson, she fucking nailed it. I don't care if she was wearing shoulder pads, she fucking nailed it. You know what I mean? Like she knocked it the fuck out of the park. I was really impressed with her skill. And dude, the only movie I know her from was 21 Jump Street and Jurassic Park. And yeah, apparently everyone fucking knows her from Spock. I cannot figure her out from that movie.
When they filmed
They
in
told me
Oxnard,
this
I
many
wanted to go to
times.
the. When they filmed in Oxnard, I just wanted to go to the film site and scream like Scott Pilgrim quotes.
and it turns
not
out she wasn't even
like,
there.
trying to meet her.
Yeah,
She wasn't even there.
But like in those movies, honestly, like her art, like her acting, I just didn't see it. I was just like, can she really pull her off? Yeah, granted, the movie went into a direction that
She won an
people
Oscar.
won't always be like aren't gonna be with it. Some people will, but that's not really entirely her fault. Like that's the directors, that's the writers. They chose to do that whole agenda. Brie Larson got down. She is our Captain Marvel. I believe that. Like when I see her in the MCU, that's gonna be cool. I don't think she'll be the highlight of Endgame. I don't think she'll be the highlight of Endgame. Honestly, I don't think they set her up to be that highlight of it. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
And it would be kind of like demeaning to the rest of the characters. Like, all this happened. The original 5 Avengers, and here comes Captain Marvel. Thanos is dead.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's not. I think she's just gonna be a big asset.
Yeah, but
She's gotta be.
super excited for part 2 because I want to see more of her. But definitely, part 2 will not have that same push because
I don't think so. But
people are divided.
it will be
people
more.
Are super divided.
I think part 2, when they do it, it's gonna be a lot more story. And if you guys don't already know, she has a 7-movie deal, so it's not necessarily all sequels. She'll probably get 3 movies on her own. To be quite honest, and even with the whole backlash, people saying that she should be replaced, no, she's not gonna be. She's not going anywhere.
She doesn't need to be replaced.
She doesn't need to be. She nailed Captain Marvel for me, and I think that going forward, she's gonna be our Captain Marvel, just like Robert Downey Jr. is our Iron Man. I think Brie Larson is gonna be our Captain Marvel to stay. She's not gonna she's not gonna be freaking Captain Flame on and freaking what I mean. She's not gonna be Human Torch and then be Captain America. She's not gonna get replaced.
Were you guys okay with all the nostalgia going on throughout the whole movie? The whole blockbuster scenes, the internet being.
I felt like it was forced.
Yeah. I felt like a little.
They made it too noticeable. Like the whole blockbuster thing, that was noticeable. The 9 Inch Nails T-shirt, they purposely opened her jacket enough so you could see the logo of the 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
And it was that felt a little pushed. But the one thing I did have to say about the movie that I didn't like, though, it was kind of predictable. I don't know. I felt like I could predict every little thing that would happen. One thing would happen, and I'd be like, "Oh, I know what's gonna happen next. This is gonna happen," and then that thing would happen, and it was just pretty predictable.
Yeah, definitely. We can't talk spoilers, but yeah, we can talk about that later. Another episode.
Yeah.
But super predictable. Yeah.
All right, so before we end this, I just want to get our personal scores. Gray, what do you rate it on a 1 to 10?
On the scale from 1 to 10, that's a big number. We should go with 5.
All right, so 1 to 5. Let's do that.
5. I'm just kidding. Let's go from 1 to 10. I'll give it a good solid 7.
Good solid 7.
I'll give it. I'll give it a 7.
Make a goddamn choice.
I'll give it a 7, but it could have honestly been a 9. It could have been even possibly a 10. Honestly, if they just gave it more story. I want to see her. I wanted to see her. I wanted to see Carol Danvers. I wanted to fucking get to know her.
I'm gonna meet you halfway there. I'm gonna give it a 7.5, almost a solid 8 for me. Because just because of that, I think it was just missing the lore. Other than that, I mean, the CGI was really good on the de-aging. The I didn't mind the CGI in space. That looked really cool to me. This movie visually was good. It was great, and Brie Larson nailed Captain Marvel. I just wanted more story.
Yeah, nostalgia was a little rough, but
Yeah.
it's semi-worth.
What about you, Maurice?
I'll go with 7.5. I think it was pretty good.
All right. So
But yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with you guys wholeheartedly that it was some things were forced and other things just I don't know. It was a good. It needed more story.
Yeah, it needed the lore. Yeah, it needed it. Like just box office numbers for I guess it was 153. So that's gonna be
and it's still raising. I mean, the weekend's not
guess,
over, guys. There's still gonna be
I guess,
huge jump in those numbers.
In the next cast, we could talk it to see how if it decreased by a lot, if it decreased just normally. I guess time will tell.
All right. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for joining on this episode. We're going to be doing another episode on this movie, but join us next time. We'll be talking Apex versus Fortnite. We're going to be talking some Suicide Squad news and just, anything that comes up in our current pop culture.
Retro gaming.
Yeah.
Movies.
We're going to be covering all of that. So make sure you stick with us, and we'll catch you next time.
I love you, God!